So how did the track list for this album come about? Did you guys write the opener to be the opener, closer to be the closer? Did you shuffle around to see what fits? What was that process like?
Ooh.
Go on, Lee.
I think we knew that Vertigo would probably be at the end.
Mhm.
Picking the first song was kind of a bit of a nightmare, if I'm honest, wasn't it? Like
Oh,
we couldn't
okay.
decide for a minute, could we?
Yeah, it was tough. It was funny because like you were asking that question, and I think we had more of a debacle over the first collection of songs that never became an album. I remember us thoroughly planning that order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you had an order and I had an order, and I was like, man, I really feel this. And you're like, just and it was more of a thing for that. And I feel like actually, I don't remember picking the order for this so well. I feel like it fell more
we're
into
just like, this
place.
is the order.
Yeah.
But I do remember the opening song being like, what are we going to open with? I think we were toying with one of the fast. It's like I feel like the faster songs are later in the record as well. Like Freaking Out is fast, but it was like we knew it was going to be the first single, so we were like maybe that needs to be third. I think Lee's right actually. To be honest with you, I think the only thing that I recall was that we were like Vertigo's definitely going to close the album. We had
Yeah,
that.
Gotcha.
Um,
Makes
yeah.
sense.
but yeah, I think we just decided on Freaking Out. Like, should we just put Freaking Out first? Okay, cool, and that was
Yeah.
it.
All right.
No real
Quick and
thought
painless.
Everyone
behind it
else.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
way less contentious than the album that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Damn.
That's good.
Why, do you know why at all? Was it kind of like you had pressure because of that being one of the firsts, or was it just like, fuck it, just toss it out there. We
The,
want an
the,
album
the,
out.
the first non-record, is that what you mean?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the first
yeah. So
non-record.
I have dreams of one day that being like, hey, we're gonna do a vinyl run of this, right? And
Mhm.
like, hey, we'll re-release it
Yeah.
with the track order that we wanted. I
Yeah.
think it was because it was our first offering at the time, right? Like there was definitely, I think, like early on, obviously like me and Leah knew each other for a bit, but you're still figuring out each other's work style and stuff. And
Hmm.
and so, like I think it was just about making an impact because it was going to be the first offering. We'd done an EP and a vinyl of the EP,
Yeah.
and some of those songs were going to feature on the album, but it was like, yeah, it just felt like there was a struggle to decide, and it wasn't like bad, or like, it just there was just two different versions of the record. There was like the version that I had lined up in the Dropbox in my folder,
yeah.
and the plain order that Lee had in his folder, and neither of us were listening to each other's play.
Aw.
It's weird though because
So,
there is a guy because all the songs that are actually were supposed to be on the record are out because we did A's and B's kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there is like a guy that made what he thinks the album order should be on Spotify, and he's done it, but he's even done like crazy artwork and the lyrics
Wow.
written out and everything. It's nuts.
Wow.
So
Shit.
we might just steal his. And
I
that would be
I
love
it.
mean,
stuff like that though.
why
Like I'd
not?
almost arguably say if we were going to put that out, I'd arguably go and say like, anybody that's into our band that knows the first collection of singles or releases or whatever, you know, put them in your dream running order, just see what people are doing, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think it
make
would
your own
kind of be a
album.
cool thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.